Hey pals, and welcome back to the start of another video. I'm here with some new faces actually that you haven't seen all month because in the last video I told you that I didn't record anything. Shh! Spoilers! Anyway, today is all about travel day.
Where are we traveling?
We're continent hopping actually. We're going to Europe. Last day in Uganda and how long is this drive?
We're gonna hit 3 continents actually.
It's supposed to be, I look insane. A 7 hour drive?
Sure, yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, we're maybe like an hour or 2 hours. I don't know how long it's been.
It's been 3 hours, but you know what?
Is it really?
We left at 6.
Oh, okay. It's been 3 hours and now we're on the side of the road if you can't tell because we got a flat tire. Classic! So, our host is now on a boda trying to go get a jack. Let's hear from the team.
It really blows.
Now you took my line. I want to know what you guys' best travel day advice or tips are.
None for you.
Don't get a flat tire on the side of a road.
I can always count on Eric to give you useless advice.
Don't worry, in Mongolia our truck also broke down on the side of the road in the middle of the night for a long period of time.
Nice.
Everything worked out.
Perfect.
It was good.
Now we're in month 7, that was month 1. Jason, any advice?
Don't go anywhere. That's it.
Wow, this is so helpful.
home.
Future world racers, I hope you enjoy this. Kinsey, you got any advice?
Put a jack in your car.
This is all very specific.
You asked.
G-Rant.
Make sure you go to the bathroom.
That is great advice.
Specific, make sure you poop.
Yeah, he has to go number 3 currently.
He has
TJ,
to poop. He's got the runs.
TJ, do you want to add anything?
Travel day advice.
Travel day advice.
Don't do it.
Alright.
Don't do it.
TJ loves the camera. Alright, well, we'll check back in later.
Don't do it.
You look so sad.
Put your fist right in front of my face.
I'm sorry. I am here in Romania, which means month 8. Is that right? 8? Yeah, month 8 has officially started. It's been started for about a week now. We flew from Uganda to Romania to Bucharest, and then from Bucharest we drove 3.5 hours to a city called Craiova. And currently I'm actually alone. I'm back in Bucharest. So one of my squad mates got sick and we needed to take her to the hospital, and the only place she could come to get tested for things was back in the capital. So that is where we are, but I unfortunately was not allowed to stay with her. So I had to go find a place. Luckily, our contact's son is going to school here in Bucharest, so I met up with him and then he found me this place. Can you hear them in the background? There's a bunch of boys behind this wall that are his classmates. Anyway, I wanted to show you guys my bed sheets because that's the funniest part of this whole thing. Get ready. They're children. Like, look at this. I thought I saw, oh my gosh, look, St. Jude. That's so funny. Anyway, just bask in all of that. So, luckily I did bring my backpack with a change of clothes, toothbrush, all the good stuff. So I am prepared. Originally they told us that we were going to have to stay for 5 days while she got tested. But we worked them down to 24 hours. So we'll see what comes up tomorrow. I got really quiet. It made me nervous. Anyway, I adventured around the city. I'm gonna watch this back and be like, Bailee, you talked so quiet, but I'm nervous. But I walked around the city with Sammy and his friend Gabby. So I walked around the city with one was a 20-year-old and one was a 21-year-old. So just honestly kind of like just hanging out with my friends, but I literally just met one of the guys tonight. Anyway, it was a fun time. I got to see a lot of the city. It's really cute, really big, but not a lot of people are out because it's late. I was like, where are all the people? And he was like, it's almost 11. It was like 10 o'clock. So it was kind of fun. I was like, I prefer it this way. Anyway, I don't know what I'm rambling on about anymore, so I'll see you guys tomorrow probably. And we're back. So it is now the next day and I'm still in the room with these wonderful sheets. The bed, not the most comfortable thing I have slept on, but it is a bed and I'm grateful. It mainly was just painful because yesterday I was carrying my backpack around with my laptop in it right here for many hours. I looked at my steps last night and I walked like 7 miles, so that's good. And I thought yesterday I was not gonna get like any steps in because we were gonna be on a train and sitting in the doctor's office, but got a lot of them in. So just like right here hurts really bad, so sleeping on my side was just like a no-go. Before I forget, look at my shirt. Gotta rep the Rukanjiri. Is it on here? Yes, Uganda. I got it last month and I think it's super cool. Let's see. Oh, what I was gonna tell you guys, what I'm doing today. So because I did carry around all of that stuff, I was like, well, I'm going to put it to use. So I changed because I carried around those clothes. Washed my face, brushed my teeth, of course. And then I read my Bible this morning. And then I was like, since I carried my laptop around, we're gonna use it. And it's not charged that much, and I don't really have a way to charge it now because I had to give the girl in the hospital my adapter because she didn't bring her cube or anything to plug in. She just had our cord. So anyway, what I'm working on, because I have a call, I'm giving you more insight on what a squad leader is. So I have a call every Thursday in the afternoon with our team. So it's my 2 coaches, my mentor, and then my 2 teammates, my other squad leaders. In today's agenda, we are talking about team changes because at the end of Romania, so the last week we were here, we're having debrief and we're gonna have team changes. So we are putting it together, but we did it differently this time. So my squad mentor wanted to give people more freedom and opportunity to kind of choose their teams. And so we had them pray. They were given like little summaries of what each ministry was going to be for next month in Bulgaria. They're supposed to pray about it and then write down their first 3 options. So from that, we are compiling their teams, and guys, let me tell you, it is hard. I literally wrote, so my mentor made her first and second edition of teams, which are basically just their first and second choices. And then my coaches made their teams, and then Hannah and Hudson made a team because they are together right now, and I called in for like the last little bit of that because my phone wasn't working. But they made their own team, so then I went ahead and made my own team, and next to what I wrote Bailee edition, I said, how do y'all do this? It's so hard. Because it really is, because I've heard like the people that they'd like on their teams. I know who would be a good fit for one another, and I want people to enjoy their last 3 months of the race and not, you know, dread it. Like, so I want them to have friends on their teams, and also like it be appropriate for the ministry, because we have one that was supposed to be all women and one that has requested men, and those are not necessarily the ways people signed up for their teams, so that's kind of restricting. And then a lot of people signed up for 2 ministries and we have 5, and there's one that like no one signed up for, so it's just really hard. But that's what I'm doing. I will show you just a little sneaky peek. This is what it looks like. It's just on a Google Doc. We have all these. Where is it? These were all their answers. I don't even know. I haven't looked at that even at all. But yeah, so that's been the process of today. But now I have my team, so I think I'm going to, I brought this book that my original squad leader Nicole gave me, and I'm only about 50 pages into it, so I might read some more of that before heading over to see the girl in the hospital. I'm waiting until our host, whoops, sorry. Oh, that's my scrunchie. Our host's son is out of class at like 1, so I still have about an hour and a half until we can make our way over there, because it's kind of on the other side of the city. So yeah, there's my life update. Well, y'all, it is now pretty much the day is over now, and I'm still in Bucharest. I'm now by myself. Our host son is gone, so I'm at the train station and I'm gonna find some dinner, and people are looking at me. It is really funny, so I'm gonna go because I'm really awkward. Bye. And she's back. First, I'll give you a little room tour. Here's the bed. Here's the wall. Here's the sink. the desk, the door. That is it. I have community bathrooms out there. Not sure if this is a hostel or a hotel. I think it's somewhere in between. Anyway, I have a little story time for you guys. So I went and grabbed dinner. I remember someone saying that McDonald's was extremely cheap. They were correct. I think food in Romania in general is just super cheap. But outside of, like, we've been going to a lot of little, I don't even know what to call them, not a hole in the wall, but they kind of are. You just go grab your thing and go, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm doing a horrible job of explaining. But so what just happened to me is I got here and I walked in and I could not turn the light on. And I was like, is the power out? I'm confused. So then I found that above the sink, right there's another light. So I tried hitting that one. And then I tried turning on the TV that's in here. That still doesn't work, but I don't really care about that. Anyway, it was not working. So I was like, whatever. I'm gonna go grab dinner and then we're gonna come back and hope the power is back on. Because down this hallway, all the lights are off in the ceiling and then the rest of the building they're on. So I was like, maybe just this side of the building the lights are off. So when I got back, I tried them again. They weren't working. I was like, I'll just put up with it, like it's fine, it's not that big of a deal. I don't really need lights. But then I was like, no, you should just go downstairs and ask, like, is the power out? Maybe they'll switch your rooms, because I was like, maybe I want to read my book tonight, or maybe I want to, you know, whatever. So I was like, why not? Let's go ask. Let's be bougie here. So I went and asked, and she was like, you have to take your room key and stick it somewhere, is basically what she said. I was like, okay, I'll go figure it out. Walk in, on the wall here is a little slot that you stick your room key in, and it makes electricity work. Let me tell you, that is a genius thing, but also, how in the world was I supposed to know that you're supposed to do that? So just a tip to all the hotel hostels out there that have these little things, let your customers know, especially if they're foreign. Because I felt so dumb. I was like, what is wrong with me? Anyway, so that's my little story. I'm gonna sleep here tonight. Hopefully go get our girl tomorrow from the hospital and leave at 1 p.m. is when they said she could check out. No malaria, praise God. I think just some sort of an infection. It's been quite the journey. We tried to go home today. And shout out to Sammy for being so patient with us. I'm sorry that you had to sit there for so long. But he is now back home, well, on the train to back home. Hopefully we will get on that train tomorrow and be there with him and everyone else. I think I end every part of this video with a thumbs up. Okay, I'm gonna eat my dinner now and do something, I don't know. Little life update for you. Behind me, the hospital. Made it over here on the subway, all by myself. I asked our host on today, I said, does this make me Romanian? Anyway, I'm waiting for our girl to get out. Hopefully she'll be out soon. Just snacking on some raisins and nuts and listening to a podcast, so day's going good. Okay friends, so we did make it back to Craiova, praise God. I can't remember what the last thing I recorded was, but we did get on the train. It was about 3.5 hours, and then we got picked up by our contact and headed home. And then immediately I showered and I went to go hang out with some of the girls that I had met here, and we went and played some games, and that was really fun. And then I came back and crashed until this morning. So it's now the next day, and at the end I just wanted to say, like, it's funny how at training camp I was asking my mentor like some questions, and really the only main question I had was, we don't have to do ministry alone or like be alone ever if we don't want to, right? Because I was concerned about that and just like what they felt, because previous missions experience we weren't allowed to be alone. We always had to be with someone, usually in groups of 3. So I didn't know how the World Race did it, and she was like, you can be alone, but you also don't have to be. And that was something I really didn't want to do. I didn't want to travel by myself and just all those things. And now being a squad leader, that's not necessarily our job, but it does come along with it if you're okay with it, if that makes sense. And it's just funny that I've done that a lot now, like flying in Africa by myself and spending pretty much 2 days by myself in Bucharest. Yeah, so I'm just becoming a more independent woman and just getting to experience traveling by myself. And I did write down the other day in a journal, I was like, you know, Romania is one of those countries I could totally see myself coming back to, and just like traveling and exploring by myself, like that wouldn't be a big deal to me. And then I was like, I can't believe I just said that. Like, of course I want to travel with people, like that's always way more fun, but I could totally see myself just coming back and exploring. But with that said, to any road racers out there that are watching this, you do not have to travel by yourself. That's not a thing. But it also can be, and it can be really fun, and you can learn a lot during the process like I have. But yeah, so overall the experience for the girl that was in the hospital was not great, but for me it was a learning experience and a growing experience, so that's pretty cool. And I think this is where I'm going to end this video, and if you'll notice in my next video, this is where I started, so that's fun. But I hope you guys are having a good day, whatever day of the week it is, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, boss.